honours because they are revealed in a matter of hours now. And Henry, somebody who could well be getting a knighthood is Tim Martin, the Wetherspoons boss. Is it deserved? Because this is exercising quite a lot of Remainers this morning.
It is, and I think it's a real shame, actually, that this is being seen through the context of Brexit, right? Because, actually, Tim Martin, one, he's run a very successful business that creates a lot of jobs, provides an awful lot of quite cheap drink in expensive times. But also, the thing I think that he really does credit for is Wetherspoons is fantastic at taking heritage buildings that might otherwise have been left derelict, like old banks, historic buildings and so on, and turning them into lovely spaces that people can still use. All over British cities, you see old buildings which, because of the cost of renovation and all the rest of it, are derelict and abandoned. And what Wetherspoons has done is brought hundreds of them back to life. I think that, on its own, is worth a knighthood.
Yeah, is it not very short-sighted of those who are saying he shouldn't have it based on his views on Brexit?
I think Tim Martin is an astonishing man. Wetherspoons is now an institution in this country. You know, like Woolworths used to be in the high street. Woolworths isn't anymore, but Wetherspoons is. Every city you go to in this country, you'll find a Wetherspoons, at least one. You know, in some cities, there's more than one, there's two, and in London, there's at least half a dozen. I think he's a fantastic guy. I mean, he qualified in law as a barrister and then decided he wanted to become a publican. He bought one pub and he's now got over 800. And it provides fantastic facilities. On a Friday, they are the biggest fish and chip shop in the world. They serve so many portions of fish and chips. And I will be in one this afternoon, celebrating my birthday, because I love the fish and chips in Wetherspoons. I'm a huge admirer of Tim Martin and what he's built up. And he's provided something which is almost equivalent, to, in my view, to a branch of the social services. Because if you look at the clientele in Wetherspoons, they are, generally speaking, older people, largely male, but they go there, they meet their mates, they sit around, they drink cheap beer, and it's a community spirit.
It might sound trivial for some hearing that, but actually it's quite an important point because loneliness, especially in older age, is a real problem.
It is, honestly, and you know...
There are some critics, though, who say he might well be a great entrepreneur, but he didn't treat workers very well during COVID.
I don't agree with that. I mean, what happened then was he made it very clear from the start when the first lockdowns came in, look, I can't possibly retain the staff in 800 separate pubs, you know, indefinitely. If you want to go and get a job at places that are still open, he mentioned Tesco's and supermarkets, you feel free. And the subplot was, we'll get you back when times get better. I don't think for a moment he was cold-hearted. He's actually incredibly kind to his staff in some of the reports that I've heard. I've interviewed Mr Martin a few times. I hope it becomes Sir Tim Martin. He's great.
OK, well, we will find out tonight.